there was this debate whether or not life came from matter like this, whether or not life came from chemicals. And the French Academy offered a prize for somebody who could settle the controversy once and for all. Who won it? Anyone? No? Pasteur. He won. He won the prize. We're running out of time here. I want to get what he said in here. We all know, of course, what is this? Here's this stuff here. What's all this stuff all about? Huh? Right? You wear this like this, right? You wear these gloves. You go to the hospital and places and they're wearing all this stuff, right? Why? It's a science of bacteriology. It's based on this. You go to the hospitals, they're sterilizing everything. Where is this all from? It's from Pasteur, from his experiment, proving that life does not come from dead matter. Life comes from other living things. See? He did a very simple experiment. He kept something away. He kept some water away from living organisms, away from flies and so on, okay? And nothing grew. Just like you have sterile cultures, they don't grow. Or cans of food. There's nothing growing in them because they're sterile. And he concluded, and therefore, gentlemen, this is after he won, yeah? Because of his experiment here. He says, I could point to that liquid and say to you, the liquid that he kept away from any living organisms, I have taken my drop of water from the immensity of creation, and I have taken it full of the elements appropriated to the development of inferior beings. In other words, they're saying that these elements are there, and little creatures grow out of these chemicals. And I wait, I watch, I question it, begging it to recommence for me the beautiful spectacle of the first creation. But it is dumb. Dumb since these experiments were begun several years ago. It is dumb because I have kept it from the only thing man does not know how to produce, from the germs which float in the air, from life. For life is a germ, and a germ is life. Never will the doctrine of spontaneous generation recover from the mortal blow of this simple experiment. Unfortunately, he had more faith in people's intelligence than they have. Because in fact, if you read a modern materialist, chemical evolutionist, Ponam Puruma, very well known, he admits, it is perhaps ironic that we tell beginning students in biology about Pasteur's experiments as a triumph of reason over mysticism, yet we are coming back to spontaneous generation, albeit in a more refined and scientific sense, namely to chemical evolution. So it's the same nonsense, the same business. They're saying that life is chemical in essence and origin. They won't give it up. They refuse to give it up because they have no choice. Their only other choice is to accept that life is an element distinct from matter, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to accept that matter isn't everything. They want to cling to their theory that matter is the only energy. They cannot create life from matter even though they have all the chemicals at their disposal. They can't do it. And yet they speculate about it being created in the past by accident. How can that which isn't possible today consciously, we can't even do it consciously today. How could it happen by accident? There is no reason in that. And as far as the future is concerned, if we don't see life being created now, spontaneously, in nature, from matter, then how can we say that when our technology improves in the future, we will be able to do this? If our technology was the only problem, that we didn't have our technology together, that'd be one thing. But it's another thing entirely when there is no evidence whatsoever that life comes from matter. We don't see it in nature, we don't see it in laboratories, we don't see it anywhere. So we must give up that nonsense idea. Life is a distinct element from matter.